Welcome, travelers of the internet, to Brightham Recording. This is your host, Master Barkle, playing The Pillars of Eternity 2. Deadfire. We've received word that Aethys has been acting up again. Apparently he was not dead, just sort of forgotten, and now we gotta go and chase him down for destroying Cadnua. How could he, bastard? Why, I oughta show him. Woohoo! Going up into the night sky.
Aora, a world where mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel. The cycle of reincarnation watched over by the gods, and made possible through pillars of a mystical substance known as Audra. 5 years ago, you traveled from your home to the Deerwood, a nation that had waged war against the incarnated god of light, Aethys, resulting in his destruction. The country suffered from a plague of hollowborn, infants born without souls, that many believed was punishment for killing a god. In an ancient, secluded ruin, you witnessed a secret ritual that inadvertently transformed you into a watcher. One who can see and speak with souls. The ritual also gave you horrible visions, waking nightmares of a past life that threatened your sanity. To put them to rest, you pursued the man who had led the ritual, a seemingly immortal agent of the gods, known as Theos Ix Arcanon. With divine assistance, you confronted and defeated Theos, ending your visions and resolving the Hollowborn crisis. In so doing, you also learned the great secret that Theos had protected. That the ancient empire of Anguith had transformed themselves into gods.
Missed that part.
Your visions finally put to rest, you retired to the castle of Cadnua, built atop a massive statue of pure Audra, where you ruled in relative peace and prosperity.
Until now. Feels like it's coming.
Made a nice story. You fixing up that old keep? Lifting the curse? Must have told it 100 times. But something got to gnawing at me. Thinking the spirits there weren't really at rest. But maybe the gods weren't finished with us.
Uh-oh. My chapel.
I used to dream that when my god came back, he would forgive us. Last the trouble with dreams. Sooner or later, we all have to wake up.
Uh-oh.
And so you wake to a sleepless world, the in-between of life and death.
So...
Follow your memories.
I'm unconscious?
You have been here before.
Have I?
You have seen past the shroud. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
I remember her. I can't remember her name.
See souls. knows their pasts, and the souls see them back.
There's Mayorwald. Excuse me. Pardon
A
me.
dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed.
You sound different, Steward. But I remember you.
What is a god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked?
Sometimes he is. Definitely not you, Theos. You silly.
The gods aren't real, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
Oh right, that's right. They willed themselves into godhood. That's right. I remember. And that's why they're ruins now. A forgotten civilization.
And did you ever consider that these were things you were never meant to understand? That their comprehension is beyond you?
Nope. We're
Let the
approaching.
world see. Let them decide what to do.
I don't know if we should do
The
that.
wheel has turned again, Watcher. Come.
The wheel has turned again.
An aged dwarf shares this strange floating platform with you. His face is creased by so many wrinkles that his features lie buried amid shadowy pockets of skin. Still, the dwarf's well-practiced habits have left telltale tracks of a welcoming rictus across his visage.
It's a good thing he's friendly.
You can see his smile coming before it blooms, reshaping the dwarf's face from a hanging sack of flesh into something resembling an oddly carved, merry gourd, replete with unhealthy bumps and discolored splotches.
Like a carved pumpkin that's been out too long. It's rolling around February when we carved it back in October. Guess this is the way to go. We're here to this platform.
Sit. Please.
Alright. Sounds reasonable enough.
Thank you for joining us, Watcher of Cadnua.
The gaunt woman seated at the table is clad in time-worn black armor that seems too massive for her to move in.
Kind of like the voice of the narrator, but I kind of miss narrating it myself.
A pale, slender neck rises from the gorget, topped by a hollow face. The milky skin stretched across it is delicate and translucent, like parchment that has been scraped clean too many times. She is preoccupied with the arrangement of cards on the table between you. With each movement, her armor squeaks and groans as though bearing an incredible weight. She places a final card, gives a nod of satisfaction, and raises her eyes to meet yours.
Your brush with the divine has drained you of your powers, fractured your memories. Look upon these cards. They represent the courses of your life. You alone know best how they flowed. Arrange them to fit what you remember.
Of course.
Does everything appear to be in order?
I believe so.
Good. Welcome to the Beyond. I am Bera. One half, anyway.
She points a finger in the direction of the dwarf who led you here. Though the movement is slight, her gauntlet squeaks like a rusty hinge.
Huh? Falling away, are you?
The dwarf's rictus returns as he nods in the woman's direction. The gods offered you boons in exchange for resolving the Hollowborn crisis. What did you do with the souls?
I returned the souls to the wheel.
Tell me, do you remember when we last met?
Yes, in the Hall of Stars and Twin Elms.
You prayed for my help in reaching Theos, beyond the Court of Penitence, and pledged yourself to me.
That's right.
And though you could have broken your pledge when you defeated Theos at Sun and Shadow, you did not. Admirable.
I'm not a liar.
She delicately places a card on the table. A bell in a tower. Her fingertips slowly drag away from the card, faintly creaking as they retreat across the table.
You had need of the gods once before. Now it seems we have need of you.
Mm-hmm.
The being that occupied Odnua's statue beneath your castle was the dead god, Aothis. Of this, we are certain. What we do not know is what his intentions are.
You put dead god in those parentheses there. How did you fail to kill him the first time?
Though Aothis stole a large fragment of your soul, you were strong enough to survive the onslaught and enter the in-between.
Well, I guess that's something to do with my Watcher powers.
You and he are still connected. He has chosen a body made of living Audra, perfused with the power of thousands of souls, including yours. It should be little difficulty for an experienced Watcher to find him.
He's walking around in a very large body. It's little difficulty for anyone to find him. Why don't you just do it yourself, though? The gods are all powerful, aren't they?
Taking a physical form in Aora is fraught with peril. Most mortal minds and bodies are incapable of containing divine power. It can lead to problems, as Aothis learned not long ago.
When he took over Woden.
Her armored hand gingerly places a card sideways on the table. It features a man with a burst of light instead of a head.
Well, I'd like to find him as much as you would. He destroyed my castle and killed who knows how many people around it.
I know. It is my business to know. 322 in Cadnua and your surrounding lands.
Gosh. That's so many. So many died.
Their souls remain in Aothis still. You have the power to save them. Serve me and I will return you to your body. Or don't, and return to the wheel.
Well then, let's get on with it, I suppose.
Good. Before you return to Aora as my herald, you must remember who you were, the last whisper of life in death.
For a moment, the sockets of her eyes darken, leaving the pits of a death's head gazing out at you.
Huh.
When you can picture your own face, the Beyond will lead you back to your own kind, to the world of mortals.
Picture my own face. Who is this? This is not Watcher. This is Rollen Tallstag. That's right. Separation anxiety. Nice. Alrighty. Quite the skills here.
Go forth now, Watcher, as my herald. Know that I do not give you this title lightly. When the time comes, you will have the power to reveal the souls that cling to you. To open the gateway from the in-between to the waking world.
I'll be honest, one thing I really like about this is this highlighted blue text where you can just mouse over it and get a little definition. You know, the in-between refers to the shadow world that souls briefly wander after death on their way to the beyond. It has been described as a hazy landscape, empty but for the glow of other souls, Audra, and Watchers. This is the space that Watchers peer into when they observe and speak to lost souls and soul fragments. Even the gods cannot reach it, except for Bareth, apparently.
Find Aothis. Learn his plans. When I have cause to talk to you, I will summon you.
Alrighty.
With a quick gesture of her hand, you feel a sharp pain in what would be your chest. The pain continues, intruding deeper into your soul. Looking down, you see a small lump of darkness roiling within you. The darkness lingers there, but the pain abates and fades entirely within the span of a few seconds.
Alrighty.
A chime. Do not fear, Herald. It will not harm you unless you choose to cross me.
Excuse me.
I trust it will not come to that.
Her gauntleted hand gestures to the dwarf, hovering nearby.
She put a bomb on me. That's not nice.
The dwarf nods, contorts his face with his odd smile, and gestures to a new door.
Oh. What a jerk. Come on, Tunk. We're out of here. Goodness. What a winding road. If only we had space to make it a straight shot. Uh-oh. Oh, Tunk. You're right there, bud. We're in a cabin. Hey, Steward's here.
The return to your body feels like waking after a fitful drunken sleep. The rocking of the ship sends pain jolting through your limbs. Crashing waves hammer inside your skull.
Good to know I still got my treasury.
Adair watches over your body with a glazed look, taking long, even tokes from his pipe. At the first movement of your chest, he starts. His gasp, mid-puff, sends him coughing and straining for breath.
Yeah, easy there.
No, there's no way. You're awake. What are you doing awake?
What are you doing smoking in a cabin, dude?
How are you feeling?
A lot of pain.
That might have been me. I've been slapping you a little harder each day, trying to wake you.
Uh-huh.
I never dreamed it'd work.
Adair stares with disbelief at what would likely be his slapping hand, examining both sides. He shrugs.
You lighting up another one right now. Come on, dude, you're smoking out the room.
Well, you owe me.
I guess I do.
I hate to cast a pall over your recovery, but I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
I heard.
The voice echoes from inside the bust. The remains of the steward of Cadnua.
So you're still there.
Cadnua has been destroyed. Aethus possessed the statue of Maros Nua and rose from the ground, consuming the souls of all nearby.
Mm-hmm.
It is only by the exceptional strength of your soul that you survived. And even then, just barely.
Just barely. Come on. Give me
The
a bit more.
further Aethus withdrew, the weaker you became. We chartered this ship and followed him to the Deadfire Archipelago.
Yeah, he probably stole all the souls that I was keeping in mind. Wait, what? No.
I know not how, but it seems he has retained a piece of your soul. And proximity to it has brought you back.
I'll just remain silent with that. Uh-oh.
Misfortunes brewing topside. Wait. Magrants fires the captain stirs.
An older man with ale-sour breath rubs his bloodshot eyes and stares at you.
Man, we got so many pleasant smells in here. Adair's pipe smoke and your ale-sour breath and my sick bed here. Ugh.
Engrim, the smell of drink on your breath could wake the very dead. Now what's this about?
Maybe that's why I got up.
Pirates. They're demanding parley with you, Captain.
Parley?
I know this is asking a lot, but you better arm yourself and get on deck. Should be some gear in there.
He indicates a nearby wardrobe.
Gotta sit up now. Oh, squeaky chair failing me now. Alrighty. What's this? The word Ukaizo is scribbled and crossed out on many points of this globe. I wonder what that's all about. Alrighty.
All right, now make some use of it.
Yep, we're getting to it. Excuse me. I don't need it. We do need that mail armor. Put that on. We got a thingy here. Barrett's Black Bell. Helps restore some health to me, I guess. And for my main weapon, we want that. For the secondary weapon, we'll have the pole axe. Hiya. There we go. Finally worked.
The pirates of Deadfire are notorious. I suggest you deal with them quickly. The pirates of Deadfire
Still
are notorious.
saying the same thing. Okay.
I
Alright.
suggest you deal
Let's go
with them.
beat him up, Tunk.
Well, what have we here? A little sloop? Lost and alone in the storm?
Surly, brutish-looking captain stands stiff-backed before his crew, He scowls as he assesses you, his hair whipping about his ears in the wind.
I'll be taking your ship now, if you don't mind. And especially if you do.
Uh-huh.
Well, at least he asked.
He did ask, but it's not happening.
I am a gentleman of fortune.
Captain shrugs in this sheeting rain before pinning you with a slow, murderous grin.
Give her up easy, and I'll see you get a swift death. It'll be bloody and agonizing, sure. But at least it'll be quick.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like that. Fire all cannons! Aim at the mouthy one.
Now you're getting it.
Spits over the side of the deck.
Listen up, mates.
Cracks his neck as he addresses his crew. When are we gonna shoot? Fire,
I'm
guys.
off to spear me a bigger fish.
Fire!
One with sharper teeth.
Any minute now.
I'm trusting you lot not to cock this up. Don't damage the sloop when you take it. Play with the crew if you'd like, but don't bring me any prisoners. None that are alive.
Well, why would they bring you corpses? That's weird.
You had bandwidth! After him!
Alrighty. So immediately we're in the melee. So just smack that dude. Alright, Tunk. Run on over that way.
Defend the ship!
Okay. Go ahead, get a wounding shot in there. Well, that didn't take long. Now they're flanked. They're boat left.
Storm's picking up! Take cover!
Ooh, it's quite a nasty storm, ain't it? You've defeated the pirates, but you're not out of trouble yet. The storm picks up, lashing your ship and driving you dangerously close to a rocky shore. The Defiant's crew hurries to reduce sail and bat down the hatches. They work quickly, but the ship is still listing heavily. Just then, Blue's crate tumbles toward you, gathering speed on the rain-slicked deck. It misses you, but knocks Chit back, one of your deckhands, off his feet. The Defiant heaves. Chit-Upek pitches over the side, grabs onto the rail, but his fingers are slipping. He cries out for help. Meanwhile, the runaway crate totters on the edge of the deck, ready to plunge overboard. You recognize the symbol on the front and realize it likely contains a salvage from Cadnua, your keep. I'd say a person's more important than salvage right now. You grab Chit-Upek's arm just as his grip fails. For a tense moment, he hangs suspended over the roiling sea. Then with a mighty tug, you pull him back onto the deck. You hear a heavy splash. The crate from Cadnua is gone. Chit-Upek, meanwhile, nods in gratitude and hurries to his station. Meanwhile, the storm has nearly driven you ashore. A flash of lightning reveals a treacherous coastline and Aothis striding into the distance. The lookout barely has time to shout a warning before the Defiant runs aground. The impact hurls you from the deck and into a froth of waves, bodies, and splintering debris. You struggle toward the beach just ahead. Even as the surf tugs you toward the open sea, you kick and paddle with all your might until at last you feel sand between your fingers. Pulling yourself ashore, you collapse. Well now.
You've been getting a lot of sleep so far on this trip. I'd have woke you, but you look so peaceful with your face in the sand.
Adair runs his fingers through his hair and removes a strand of seaweed he finds lodged there. He examines it closely and then tosses it onto the sand.
If you're worried about the ship, you can stop worrying. It's wrecked right over there.
Oh, that's handy. He points out the Defiant, despite it being difficult to miss from your vantage point.
So far, it's just you and me and the chair lady over there.
Adair nods towards something further up the beach.
It's a relief to see you awake, my lord. I worried you were in for another long sleep.
Your steward appears to be lodged between some rocks. Despite this, her tone is warmly cheerful. I hate boats.
Shh. It's right behind you.
I don't know if they can hear me.
Unfortunately, I believe we'll be needing the Defiant yet. Unless you mean to settle down on the island for good.
Of course, Aethys is just gonna keep walking through the ocean, ain't he?
Oh, there's a thought.
Well. Can we patch up the ship?
I'm afraid I won't be much assistance in that regard. And not to doubt Master Adair's capacity, but even he would need supplies.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Steak, especially.
I don't know about patching a boat with steak.
Patching the hull is only the start. You're going to need help getting the Defiant out to sea again. And a crew, for that matter.
Yeah, they all seem to be a bit washed up.
Let's see about the other survivors. And somehow we gotta get the ship repaired.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be paddling out of here on a salvage raft.
Me either.
For now, I'd say your best bet is to find some sign of civilization. If nothing else, we may be able to hire on a shipwright.
Right here, right now? I don't know about that.
My lord, if it is not too taxing, could you explain how it came to pass that you were returned to us?
Turns out the gods are too dumb to figure out what Aethys is doing, so they sent me back to figure it out.
Could be they're just not dumb enough to get in Aethys' way up here.
I suppose that's true. We could be the dumb ones.
A perilous endeavor indeed. Castle or no castle, you are still my lord, and I will aid you to the best of my ability.
Alrighty.
Well, I suppose we better get a move on.
Alright, let's go. Now, you were pretty much a fighter in the last one, so we'll just leave you as a fighter. Okay. Ah, I got great sensitivity, I see. Yeah, we up that a bit. That's better. Okay, I can actually use the arrow keys. How you doing there, fella? Dead? Got a wand. Hello there?
Hope the rest of those sodden bastards made it.
Uh-huh. Sound familiar.
Why not?
Small shield. What we got around up here? I can pull out the bow again.
Sure.
Building.
Magran, here. My flame burns yet. Is that you?
Ungrim appears to be in sound condition, though his waxed jacket is soaked through. He appraises you with bleary-eyed amusement.
You woke just in time for the fun. Fighting off motherless raiders one moment, flung into the freezing depths of Ondra's bosom the next.
Yeah. Ingrim's eye twitches as he flashes a smile notable for its extraordinary absence of teeth.
Aye. Magran learns us poor bastards that a little excitement's good for the heart.
Last Magranite to travel with me almost went mad because of his goddess's trial.
Aye, but almost mad ain't fully mad. Ah, old Durance. The goddess shan't forge another like him in our lives, Captain.
How's he doing?
There's nae getting the ship back underway without repairs. Yonder road inland seems the best chance of that. You want to be kicking some of the corpses before you go, see if some cry out. We need a crew if we're to set sail.
Yeah, I agree.
A fine way to stretch your legs after such a long sleep, I'd say.
Ingrim's eyes twitches again, lid drooping as he nods in affirmation of his own wisdom. Shouldn't you also be helping?
Oh, but I am, Captain. I pray for the dint to test ourselves anew against the pirates. We'll nae let them slip away a second time.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, I'll go see if I can find it.
Good. I'll start a fire. A right proper fire to thank Magran for all her trials.
Uh-huh. Right. Well. Got some blood moss. What we got up here? Oh, is that another ghost? Oh, slogging through the water there. Excuse me, sir. Will you help me?
Hey, fancy seeing you here.
The spirit's voice warps and shifts, muted as if by a great distance. Even so, he grins brightly at you.
I can't see much of anything, really, apart from you. Just endless gray. What happened?
I think you're dead. The ship ran aground in the storm.
Storm? That's strange. You'd think a man would recall a storm. It's like someone cut away a part of my memory. There's just this big black hole.
Probably do not traumatize the soul too much before it gets reincarnated.
It's weird. I thought death would be different. Big light and so on. But I don't see anything at all. Just you.
Well, I suppose you're my responsibility now as the Watcher. Come here. Give me a hug.
Oh. Suppose that sounds nice enough. I'll follow you then, shall I?
Come along, then. The spirit falls into step behind you, radiating cheer.
Still seeing ghosts, huh? I suppose you're stuck with that.
Mind the boars, Watcher.
Suey? Suey?
Yeah, go get him, Ed Hair. You silly tit. That didn't take much. Alrighty. Well then.
It is good to see you well, Watcher. I believe the boars were hoping for easy meat.
Jupek greets you with a relieved nod and checks the pistol at his hip. It's nice to see you helped with that.
The bosun, Beadle, is in that cave over there. Ran in after a boar. Stubborn old dwarf.
Probably looking for meat. We're gonna need that if we want to survive. I'll go look for him.
I will make for the campfire. I must get this pistol cleaned if it's going to be of any use. Be careful in there, Captain.
I'm sure I can handle it. Not a problem. You ever met the tall stag? Go on, Adair, tell him. It's kind of dark in here, eh?
Quickly and quietly.
What are you suggesting, huh?
I guess we're not the first to head this way.
It definitely looks like a smuggler's hideout.
Sure.
Makes sense to me. Hardtack. Pox cap.
Whoa, look.
Cave beetle? It can't be that hard, can it? Let's go get it. Easy pick.
I see. Why not?
Okay. So there's skeletons up there. Oh, Tonk. 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 Tonk? Hello? You're right there, Tonk. Tonk? Oh. He doesn't like moving when stealthed. He thought he had to be as still as possible. There's another skeleton. I don't think the skeletons are going to be too difficult for us. Mostly worried about traps, because those are always hard to see. Sometimes.
Yeah. Let's do this.
There we go. Oh, goodness, they got guns. Watch out. Okay.
Got it.
They had shields and pistols. Alrighty, alrighty. Well, I don't think they had any traps down there. Or up there, because they were walking around. No problem at all. We got a waterlog note. Still no sign of Benwith. How much longer are we gonna wait? Wait's already ruined half our take. And get your stinking construct under control. It's been hanging out by that crystal. Swear it's been giving me the eye. Construct? Giving you the eye?
No sweat.
Should have gone for a rogue. Oh well. Maybe we can get a rogue later.
Eyes are peeled.
What we got? Got another little table here.
Sure.
Loot. Got lockpicks. Got plenty of lockpicks, but no skill.
Wait, up there.
That's a big old fella, ain't it?
Let's go.
Plunk. Alrighty.
What's a metal killing machine doing out here by himself in a cave anyway? Collecting his thoughts? Well, that's gonna be hard to clean.
Yeah. Made a big old mess over here, didn't he? Get a ring of protection, though. That's always nice. Nice level 1 magic item. A dozen paintings, mildewed and worthless, lined the wall amongst broken
Looks
bottles
about as good as it smells at this point.
and rotting wood. Ink hop. You know, all kinds of different reagents out here in the Deadfire. Oh, hey, there's Beadol.
Dead pirates! Andra, take your scabrous souls for fish food.
How did you get where you are, buddy?
Beadol! Still alive and calling everybody scabrous, I see.
What he does, apparently.
Well, now we got a bosun. Just need a boat.
Just need a boat.
Adair! And I see that corpse we've been carting around is looking a slight more sprightly.
Well, that's not very nice.
Good to see the two of you, but mind your step. I've got myself in a spot of trouble.
Yeah, how did you get there?
Been trying to find a way past without losing a leg or getting a face full of poison.
I see them. I'll guide you through.
Well, if you're certain.
You point out a safe path along the floor, and Beadol makes his way along, sweating and stiff-jawed. Safe on the other side, he lets out the breath he's been holding and wipes his brow.
It's just bats and stinking corpses in this cave. You find anyone else?
We've got a campfire on the beach. We got 2 others
Then
there.
I'll head that way myself. See you on the beach, Captain.
Alrighty.
It's mine now. Trouble up ahead.
Right, he just walked by that skeleton there, did he? Excuse me, sir. Blam. Arrows are really effective at skeletons. You know? 'Cause I just kind of figured that, like, the arrows would kind of just slide in between all of that. So we don't have any mechanics skills, so we can't. Thunk? How good are you? Just triggering traps. Not even bear traps you can trigger. I appreciate how light-footed you are sometimes, but
yeah,
sometimes we need.
Did you look at this?
Lingering frailty. Oh no. That's not fun.
Yeah. Sure.
There's a trap on that too. Let's trigger it and run away, I guess. I ran away really fast. In case you didn't see it.
Yeah.
No longer sickened. But we got a breastplate and Ta'andra Tara.
Got it.
We could shoot that barrel. Shoot the barrel.
Nice hit.
Ooh, that was nice.
My eyes are peeled.
What? Nope, nope.
So great.
Dang it. Why did it just decide to select the entire party? We wanted that stuff. Now I got a twisted ankle, too. Thanks a lot, guys. So there was that patrolling skeleton. I don't think he had traps set up over here. I think we pretty much saw the traps and triggered every single one of them. Though there seems to be another bat. It's immune to disease.
Hey, that wasn't half bad.
Wanamahi. A different entrance? The waters here glow an eerie blue, and the cave glistens with reflected light. You can just make out an opening in the cavern wall to the northwest, where the water flows onward. The tunnel seems to extend a short distance before turning sharply, but you cannot see where it leads. I'll just go ahead and scout around for pockets. Oh, you're a bit more athletic, aren't you? Man, you are way more skilled than I am. But I do have a bit more on the other stats. Huh. I guess I have more skills too. Adair, go find us some air pockets. Adair sets out at a good pace, cutting through the water with confident strokes. Nearly to the far side of the tunnel, Adair finds a passage to come up for air, with a place to rest along the way. The swim should be more manageable. Let's just swim through. Air pockets provide a much-needed reprieve as you make your way through the cramped waterway. You make short work of the journey. You come up into what appears to be another smaller cavern where sunlight streams in from an opening in the stone. Okay. We're pretty much been just about everywhere, but yep, there's a underwater passage there. And we head out. Aha, ghosts. Excuse me, sir.
Told him not to bring that thing in there. Didn't like the look of it one bit. But no one daren't speak poor of his precious animancy tech.
Oh no. The ghostly figure paces the length of this small outcropping with quick, deliberate steps, muttering to herself all the while. Her long cape flaps with a wind that blows from the in-between. Goodness. Getting all the hiccup burps out.
Special gift from his contact, he says. Now it's acting all weird. Gives me the damn creeps. You feel it too, right? Like it's looking straight through you?
She turns piercing purple eyes on you. She shakes her head and resumes her pacing.
Came out here to get away. Couldn't stand it staring at me anymore. Then... Oh, my memory's fuzzy. Anyway, you want a Benwith's? Haven't seen you for, but he's been bringing all sort of new folks on lately. Can't hardly keep track.
Benwith, I'm gonna kill him next time I see him.
Oh, no, don't go doing that. He's a real good guy under all the murder and thievery. Gave me an extra ration of rum once because I was sick with the jumpies. Plus, he'd probably kill you back.
That doesn't sound that nice, honestly.
Look, maybe we should stick together. Feels right, you know? What with you being the only other thing around and all. I can give you a hand with, spirity stuff.
I'm a watcher. I've got spirity stuff covered. But, yeah, I'll find a way to return you to the wheel.
I tell you, mate, I'd take anything over this endless grey. Even Remagon's frosty arse crack.
Wow. That's... I don't know. The spirit tries to give you a friendly pat on the shoulder, but her hand passes right through you. Unperturbed, she grins and walks along behind you. We're just gonna get a big line of ghosts by the end of this hall. Alrighty. Foul, briny stench rises from the sodden crates, their contents rotten. And I'm pretty much secluded up here. Alrighty. Gotta get back down. Alrighty. Back out on this stretch of land now. What was up here? Because that's where I was over there. There's another ghost guy over here.
Isn't there supposed to be a light?
A light? Like a lighthouse? I don't know if this is a port.
Sure.
Plenty of loot on this place. Food and water. Lockpicks, grappling hooks. I think a grappling hook could be useful here in a moment. A tar loaf. Looks like tortilla shells. We got some more corpses. We got some... Oh, somebody's begging for help. Perca Blanca. The Defiant is looking far worse for wear after its unexpected landfall. The hull has splintered in several places along the keel, while the tattered sails stand as evidence of your battle with the pirates. The deck of the Defiant is well out of reach from here. The ship groans like a beached whale each time the waves roll in, but it doesn't seem to be listing further. You may be able to climb up. Alright, let's just use that. We don't need to use the grappling hook. We can save that for later. Just do it right up. You climb nimbly up the side of the ship and reach the top without so much as breaking a sweat. There is not far behind, pulling himself up and over the railing beside you. Irena?
You're looking better, Casita. That, or I'm worse off than I thought.
Captain. The sheen of sweat on her brow and the wan cast to her features belies Irena's casual greeting.
It's my leg, Matico. It hurts even worse than it looks.
Irena's leg bears a bloody gouge along the length of her shin, and the swelling around her knee suggests a nasty break. Craft a splint from debris, patch you up as best I can, but you want to stay off the leg as much as possible. I feel like we just want to get her down, really.
Quite romantic, Casita. I'll try not to hold it against you if you drop me.
I ain't gonna drop you.
I'll boil up some water. We'll have a spy at that leg of yours.
Should have seen me with that barrel, Angrim. I showed it was boss.
Agrin gives some of us simpler trial.
Okay, well, we leveled up. Well, I've pretty much been all over the beach now. In the cave, on the Defiant. Didn't find anyone else. Shall I go talk to the head?
Sure.
Nice. Very, very sociable, I see. Well, Elden Grim, since you seem to be like
Good news, Captain. I found some supplies must have washed ashore.
Right.
Even better. I've located some spirits. The mundane kind, I mean. Nothing that requires your talents, Watcher.
He's talking about alcohol. His eyes twitch and twinkle in delight. Well, what do you think we should do now?
It's just the lot of us now, Captain. You'd best head into town, see about supplies and repairs. I'll keep an eye on the ship.
That's a good idea. Let us head off. But first, and with that, we've had a very fun, exciting intro to the Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. We're taking up our leadership position again. Sad about the castle, Katnua, but you know what? We got a boat now. I don't like boats that much. But being in this leadership position makes me think, you know, that Benwith guy, he's probably the next antagonist, right? I'm not really worried about his cronies. I'm not afraid of an army of lions led by a sheep. I am afraid of an army of sheep led by a lion. This is Master Barkle from Bright Helm Recording, signing off.